Right lads, today we're going to be ranking League One fans. In at 24th, Stevenage. They don't really make a lot of noise when they're away and at home, as away followings can be quite small. So moving on now. So coming in at 23rd, Rotherham. They just come above Stevenage because they have a lot more fans that travel away and they make a bit more noise at home and away. But then they'll bring an away following like this. But fair play to those travelling fans. Now on to 22nd. So coming in at 22nd, Northampton. Just because they make a little bit more noise than Rotherham at home games and away. So they have an alright away following. They don't make as much noise as they do at home though. But they do have quite some loyal fans and a good fan base around the club. Right, coming in at 21st, Exeter. They have a pretty good home crowd and they do try and fill the stadium to the brim and Exeter's away following is pretty good. They do come in the numbers. In 20th position, I'm going with Orient. They have a pretty good away following, as I saw at Huddersfield on the last game of the season. But then after that, when we played them on the first game of the season, since they didn't really bring as much, so I'm putting them in 20th. So in 19th, I'm going with Port Vale. And the reason I've put them there is because recently I've not seen a lot of fans at the stadium because they are bottom of the league and they bring an alright away following away from home, so I'm going with them in 19th. In 18th, we're going with Wimbledon. They brought quite a few away fans to Huddersfield and they were pretty good. They chanted a bit and I'm putting them in 18th because they have quite a few home followers, home fans, and I think they're a pretty good. They have a pretty good fan base, and yeah. So in 17th, I'm going with Burton, just because they don't have the greatest away following. They have a brilliant home crowds, and they get a lot of fans at home, and they make a bit of noise, but the away following isn't great. So this might be a bit controversial, but I'm putting Blackpool in 16th just because of the away following that they brought to Huddersfield. So, yeah. But the fans are generally quite good. They have a good away following, but I'm just putting them in 16th because of the away fans that they brought to Huddersfield. And I do know that it's quite far, but last time they brought a lot, I think they filled it, but this time they didn't really. Next, I'm going with Wycombe in 15th, just because they have a bit better away following than Blackpool, and they do have quite a good. They don't have as good limbs as Blackpool, but they still have some quite good fans. So in 14th, I'm going with Peterborough. They have a really good home crowd and they make a lot of noise. When I went there to watch Huddersfield, their ultra group were making quite a bit of noise. I couldn't really hear them because I was a bit far away, but I could see that a lot of them were clapping and chanting. So in 13th, I'm going with Reading. They have a really good fan base and the ultra group, as you would call it, they can create some really good limbs. They have an alright away following. Parts of the stadium isn't as full as others, but fair play to Reading fans. So next, I'm going with Luton in 12th place because they have quite a big away following. The ground isn't great, but I'm not judging it off the ground. They have a lot of fans coming to home games, so fair play to the Luton fans. That's why I'm putting them in 12th. So in 11th, I'm going with Donny, also known as Doncaster. They have an alright home attendance. and the fans can make a lot of noise. And in Yorkshire derbies, or rivalries as you like to call them, they make a lot of noise. They bring quite a few fans to them, and there's normally a police escort. So in 10th, I'm going with Mansfield. They bring a really good away following when they're away, and at Huddersfield they made a lot of noise, and sometimes they sort of pyros, also known as pyrotechnics, and they have generally just a good home and away following, so that's why I put them in 10th. So in 9th, I'm going Wigan, just because mainly of their away following. They have an alright home attendance, but there is quite a few empty seats that I've seen around Wigan's ground. But they bring a lot of away fans, and they are quite loud. So in 8th, I'm going with Cardiff. They have quite a good home attendance. Their away following isn't as great because they are in Wales and there's not a lot of clubs around apart from Newport, Swansea and Birmingham. But apart from that, they have an alright away following. The home fans do make quite a bit of noise, and yeah, that's why I'm putting them in 8th. So, in 7th, I'm going with Stockport. They have quite a good away following and home attendance. The fans do chant. I think they've had a few tifos up, and they have really good fans in general. They're quite a good team as well, Stockport, and the fans, they make a lot of noise when they go away, and yeah, that's why I've put them in 7th. Really good fan base. So in 6th, I'm going with Bradford, and I don't like Bradford. So this is what I put them in 6th because they have a really good away following. They have a good home attendance, but I'm putting them in 6th because some teams above them have had a staple in like League One and the Championship for a bit longer, and they don't sell the tickets for £2.50. So above Bradford in 5th, I'm going with Huddersfield, and Huddersfield have really good away followings and home attendances, and the fans make a lot of noise. And the reason I'm putting Huddersfield in 5th is because they have better hospitality, and I like the fans more. And the fans are really nice. So next, in 4th place, I'm going with Lincoln, and the reason I put them above Huddersfield is because they have the Lincoln City Ultras, which I have seen, and they do set off pyros and flares and stuff. But I think the fans are about the same, but Lincoln have the Ultras. Next, in 3rd, I'm going to put Barnsley. And the reason I put Barnsley in 3rd is because they have really good home fans, and they normally have police escorts when they're in Yorkshire derbies, a bit like Doncaster. They have a really good stadium, which isn't to do with the fans, but their away following is really good, like Huddersfield as well. And yeah, they're a 3rd place standard team for fans. So in 2nd, I'm going with Bolton. They have a really good fan base, a really good away following, day or night, and they have good home attendances, and they make a lot of noise everywhere they go, and yeah, they just have really good fans. And the top spot, you've guessed it, it's Plymouth, and they are the pride of Devon, and Exeter are, but they have some of the best fans, home and away. They make a lot of noise, and it's really hard to travel from Plymouth to get to places, and that's why I put them top. They always make a lot of noise, home and away, and they chant a lot. They have good fans, and yeah, they're just a 1st place for fans. So guys, we've come to the end of the video, and I want you to like, comment, and subscribe, share, do whatever. Thank you for watching, and tell me in the comments who are the best fans.